A 43-year-old man was charged in the Sessions Court in Sungai Petani on Thursday with causing injuries to his wife using various objects in incidents that took place in March and April. Rosmaini Abdul Rauf pleaded not guilty after both charges were read before Judge Najwa Chemat. On the first count, he is accused of intentionally causing grievous hurt to his wife, Nurfitri Mokhtar, 39, using a plastic chair and a rubber hose at a house in Bandar Aman Jaya at about 5 p.m. on March 29th. On the second count, he is accused of again assaulting the same victim at the same location at about 9 a.m. on April 23rd, this time using a clothes hanger and an iron hanger. He is charged under Section 326 of the Penal Code, which provides for a maximum prison term of 20 years, as well as fines or whipping upon conviction. The prosecution was led by Kedah State Prosecution Director Datuk Khairul Anwar Abdul Halim, while the accused was represented by Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan YBGK lawyer Ruzana Abdul Rahim. During proceedings, the prosecution said bail could not be offered as the accused is already serving a prison sentence at Kajang Prison. However, the defense applied for bail, citing that Rosmaini has 2 wives and is the sole provider for 11 children, 7 of whom are still in school. The court rejected the application and fixed June 16th for mention for the submission of documents. Previous reports stated that the victim, a civil servant, sustained injuries to multiple parts of her body after allegedly being assaulted by her husband in Bandar Aman Jaya, Sungai Petani. As a result of the alleged attack, the 39-year-old woman, who was 12 weeks pregnant, reportedly suffered a miscarriage. The suspect, who had initially fled, was later arrested in the Arlos Star area. In a separate development, the Court of Appeal on Monday imposed the maximum 14-year jail sentence on Rosmaini for causing grievous hurt to his then-pregnant wife, Jahida Nordin, leaving her in a coma 5 years ago. A 3-member bench also ordered him to pay 25,000 ringgit in compensation to the victim through her sibling, failing which he will serve an additional 6 months in prison. The court dismissed his appeal against conviction and allowed the prosecution's cross-appeal to enhance his sentence from 10 to 14 years, the maximum under Sections 325 and 326A of the Penal Code. He had previously been released on 25,000 ringgit bail pending his appeal. Rosmaini was earlier convicted of intentionally causing grievous hurt to Jahida, a former wildlife enforcement officer, in an incident at an apartment in Kampung Aman Larkin, Johor Baru, at about 6 a.m. on May 4, 2021. Medical reports showed Jahida suffered severe injuries, including intracranial bleeding, multiple fractures and trauma consistent with repeated assaults. She remains in a persistent vegetative state and requires round-the-clock care. The couple's child was also born with developmental complications and disabilities linked to the assault.